I'm gonna say it how it is, and I think everybody should agree with me, because there is a point blank period problem with speedsters in movies and shows, because let's be honest, speedsters, people who can move faster than the speed of light, they should be able to wipe out any and everything without a fucking trace of trouble. But there's always something that seems to happen that puts them in the fucking spot of being taken down by a bullet, and that's simply the issues with speedsters and what you're going to have to try and overcome when creating a character that has super speed, that at one point can run faster than a bloody speed of light. Flash, I'm looking at you. But at some point you get taken down by a regular enemy like Mr. Freeze. Like, what's going on? So yes, welcome to the video where we talk about the Flash phenomenon, where a hero should be able to theoretically take over the bloody world and nothing should be able to stop him, but he always manages to get stopped by some of the most mundane, stupid shit considering his power level. Now, we've all seen examples of this. Flash, who essentially has spidey senses times a gazillion, he gets taken down by some foe. You're thinking to yourself, why? How is this possible? What on earth is happening? And honestly, I imagine the writers are as well, because it's genuinely hard to write for a character who should, in theory, be bloody unbeatable. There's no stakes anymore. And oftentimes, writers have to overcome this issue by creating some sort of gizmo that depowers or completely takes away the powers of the hero, in which they have to fight their way back to get what was once theirs. Or there's the thing where you keep on bringing perpetually faster, perpetually stronger foes, to the extent that the power levels mean absolutely nothing at all. Oh, one of them can destroy an entire galaxy whilst the other can destroy 5. Well, I don't give a shit, I'll be dead either way. Oftentimes I found the best way these sort of unbeatable super speed, super strength heroes are handled is when there's an inner turmoil within them that they have to overcome, as opposed to fighting perpetually unbeatable foes that can destroy galaxies and universes, because at some point it just becomes ridiculous. Something that comes to mind immediately is in Megamind, and I'm sure you've all watched Megamind because it's the best movie to ever exist. Alright, that may be a slight exaggeration, but it's still fucking amazing. So in that movie you've got bloody Superman 2.0. I mean, we never really see the full extent to his powers, but we know he's goddamn powerful. Not only is he incredibly strong, but he's actually way faster than Superman, and probably just as fast as the Flash. I mean, he lives out an entire damn life, for goddamn sake, within like a millisecond. Like, I'm talking a literal frame. You see this glitch right here? That's him taking about a year out with his super speed or something. It's ridiculous. That's beyond super speed, and at that point, are you really gonna create a supervillain that's gonna be faster than that? And if you do, honestly, it just feels fucking stupid. And not only does it feel stupid, everything just feels interplanetary, and it doesn't feel confined to Earth, so I honestly don't give as much of a shit. Because let's be honest, if two characters that strong fight, realistically, everybody's getting extinct. But I will also say Metro Man must have some sort of speed force in the same way Flash does, because the fact that he's moving that fast and he's not destroyed the entire planet means there's something protecting the world from his immeasurable speed. Because he wants to live his own life, he wants to live his own dreams, but he feels trapped in a world that sees him as only one thing, being a superhero, and he has no fucking choice in the matter. Because there are many who would say being born with such gifts would mean you have the responsibility of taking action and saving those around you, whether you like it or bloody not. And the immense sort of guilt you would feel knowing you're pursuing your dreams when there are people bloody dying and you could easily stop it. That was personally the first time I'd seen that sort of topic handled in a superhero movie. And as a child I found it very interesting, and even more interesting as I grew up. Here you've got a man who's basically invincible, and no, there's no sort of contrived weakness or anything like that. He's as fast as the speed of light, but don't dare put a pickle in front of him because then he'll be crippled. But despite this very universal power he holds, he still suffers from these very human emotions. Now, and I'm not saying for characters like Superman or the Flash to be interesting that they all have to quit and hate what they're doing. I mean, with Superman he does have kryptonite, which bloody comes in clutch, and for an alien stone that's meant to be fucking rare, it does bloody seem plentiful on Earth, doesn't it? However, Barry Allen doesn't really have that problem because he doesn't actually have a weakness. So the times he does get taken down by seemingly weak villains, it makes it seem even more stupid and ridiculous. At least with Superman you can say, oh, the bloody bullet was kryptonite, which in of itself does get annoying after some time. How many fucking kryptonite bullets does Lex Luthor have? But going back to tackling topics about inner turmoil and inner conflict, there are still many excellent Flash stories, like stories to do with his past and wanting to save his mother. And by the way, I just want to clarify, I'm not saying two super powerful individuals going at it against each other can't be interesting. I'm just saying overall, when the scale just keeps on increasing and the threats just seem to get bigger, it sort of gets to the point where I just don't care as much. Is it just me? Perhaps it is. And with characters like the Flash, it's even hard to believe situations where he's made to have a choice per se. Save this person or save this person. He's been proven to be able to go at the bloody speed of light. He can save both. But now all of a sudden he's not quick enough to do it. What's going on? Listen, I am by no means saying I'm any sort of expert, and I know how to write a perfectly well-rounded character that also somehow is unbeatable like a Flash, or at least should be unbeatable. I just simply wish there was a stable continuity when it came to the powers, as opposed to one that the person's as fast as the speed of light, and all of a sudden they can't run as fast as a bullet. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I love characters characters like Superman and the Flash, and there are many amazing stories that have them involved in it. However, superheroes like Spider-Man, Batman, those are the heroes that will always have my heart. I mean, I get it's all superhero stuff and none of this is realistic, but at least with those characters, something about it feels grounded. They're not invincible, they constantly have to work hard to overcome their disadvantages, and through pure grit and determination, they always manage to do it, despite all the fucking obstacles that life constantly throws at them. There's simply just a greater feeling of tension, a greater feeling of something that could be lost. The stakes are simply higher. So yeah, characters like Superman, Martian Manhunter, he's another one by the way, because he should be damn near invincible, but is constantly thrown to the wayside. Characters like that, they can definitely be utilized, and they can be used to form amazing enthralling stories. It's just sadly oftentimes writers just tend to disregard their power level, and all of a sudden make them far weaker than they actually should be just to push a plot, and that simply just takes me out of it. But hey, who cares? It's all fiction, right? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.